Hello, I am Bentham, and this is Aavak Studio and Arumba, and welcome back to Factorio MASA. How is everyone doing?
Slowly going insane. Too many splitters. So many splitters.
It's okay.
Splitters.
It's okay. I'm gonna fix it.
So many splitters.
I'm gonna get rid of them.
Splitters.
It's okay. As fun as this, well, I don't know if it's fun or not, but I'm gonna remove this debatably useful splitter nightmare.
I'm not sure that was ever useful.
You were trying to solve
split
like
things
some...
more than nothing.
I mean,
though admittedly less than most things.
You can debate whatever you like. It doesn't mean that you're going to be right.
I mean, you are correct. You are absolutely, positively correct. Well done.
Thanks.
I have worked out a way
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I've worked out a way to split things more nicely.
More
It
nicely.
doesn't involve so much of a mess.
Oh, actually,
Is it
one
just
of
by
the
using that
simple things
blueprint?
I can do.
Well, no, it's because I've remembered that all the belts are turning up ultimately in pairs anyway, so I just need to split between each pair and then change the order that the belts arrive in, and then I can just do two 4-belt splitters. Balanced things.
Hooray!
And all will be good and right in the world.
Oh, I won't go that far, mate.
Some things in the world will be good and right. A small minority.
Okay, I think I could agree with that. Very, very small, almost inconsequential amount of things will no longer be terribly bad.
This is sad.
I'm excited right now. I'm gonna try a car with 6 legs in it.
He's immediately gonna die. Oh, I drove into a tree. Turns out they were actually seat belts and you were meant to wear them.
Oh, it's really
I feel
hard.
so dumb.
It's really hard to drive vehicles when you're not the host.
Yes. I was waiting for that. There is a part of me that feels a little bit happy. In a sad way. I mean, I feel sympathetic because I know that pain. But yeah, it's pretty tricky.
I get the impression that the leg bonus is additive because I'm going 142 kph. Here I go with Metham.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't mean to run into you. I'm sorry. It's really hard to drive. Do you have armor?
Very well set up, I must
Sorry,
say.
I'm stuck.
What are you? Don't hit the things.
I'm stuck. Anyway, I don't know. It's fast. The engine sound is higher pitch, which is funny. But yeah, I don't know. It's cool. What?
Have we got steel getting made, or have you just bypassed that step? I remember.
Steel was being made. It's not being made anymore. What? We had a complete iron shortage, and we were trying to upgrade it all to whatchamacallit, the good stuff. Now we gotta kind of redo the thing to the next tier. I can work on steel right now. Are you face palming? Is that what's happening right now?
Yes.
I think it may be, yes.
See, you could have just upgraded them all one at a time to a nice belted beacon setup.
Yeah, but then it didn't. No, it doesn't work.
But then it didn't, no.
It totally does work. I made a blueprint and everything.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. Not really.
I'm not
I
sure.
remember afraid of change.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is
I
indeed
think-
your grandmother.
Yep. True facts on that one.
Okay.
There, done. We now have all the belts. The balance is balanced. Yes, words. All the belts, they have been
English?
balanced.
There you go.
Did you call them bones?
What?
Did you say? I thought I said all the bones is balanced, and then you said belts the second time. But I could have sworn the first time you said bones.
I don't think I said bones, but I also don't think I said any coherent words. So
Yeah, I don't think what came out of his mouth made sense, but I'm fairly certain bones wasn't in there. As
Okay.
comical as it was.
when you get the belts feeding back in, from the end of the line, put them in either side, and it'll work.
Here you go. Mostly for you, Bentham, but go stand over here.
Was it fancy lights?
Kind of. I'm hoping. Oh, wow, this is going up slowly. Why is this going up so slowly? That is...
All right, I've set up steel bucket.
The light. They're not coloured.
Yeah, I'm a little bit... The circuits are moving very slowly at the moment. Sorry,
because we're on like 20% power right now because
Oh, okay.
yeah.
we still need.
Okay.
I did do some solar work, but let's see, it was 660 times divided by 10
So there we are.
times 85.
Normally that sequence would take 5
Yeah.
seconds to go through, but the circuits are moving very, very slowly right now.
Yeah, we still need 1,100 more solar panels. I was working on trying
Our
to set up
circuits are
like
frozen.
Yeah, I think we should compartmentalize the various sections of the beacon smelting so that we can turn them off easier. You know, like if we don't need iron, then that whole section, including beacons, should turn off so they don't drain all that power.
Yeah.
But that's work. So much work.
Right,
I don't know
well-
if I'm up for it.
Bentham,
Yes?
Arumba would very much like us to have a beacon smelter setup. Do you want to try and work on a possible setup that would satisfy this desire?
I could try.
There's
I can rebuild the basic smelter cell so that you can use it as a copy. Actually, I should have the ingredients on me.
There's a working beacon smelter set up in.
Yeah, for the omni smelter though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you just want to, it takes a belt.
Right.
So if you, I don't know if that's any helpful to you, but that may be.
Where is it? I'm assuming you mean the informant, yeah?
Yeah, it's
We appear to be low on crude.
Not seeing anything in there actually.
Oh.
Anyway, there you go. Bentham, if you'd like to puzzle that out, because I've got to go and build the input station for this area. Basically, the idea is that the train would go to a holding station before it would enter the smelting station, and that station can be controlled effectively. For example, we'll have 4 tracks. Each one will represent the different type of ore that goes in here, like a copper, an iron, a stone, and a iron plate station. And any trains that are sent to the smelter on a regular basis should have this as their destination first. It pulls into that station, but the exit from that station is actually a signal which is controlled by a combinator that if there's no desire for any copper ore, it simply doesn't let any of the trains out of that station. So a full train of copper will just sit there. And maybe 4 or 5 trains full of copper will just sit there. That way, once there is a demand for it, the signal or even a gate, if you want to make it look a little bit more fancy, will trigger, allowing the copper trains out of the holding station and go up to the unloading stations at that point. But the moment we want copper, there will be full trains of copper ready to move into the station and start unloading immediately, rather than the whole system basically having stopped where it was, which might involve empty trains or half-empty trains, so on and so forth.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm going to work on that quickly. It shouldn't take me long to get that set up. I'll probably just throw together something fairly simple for this one.
Yeah, I'll tackle this and see what I can add to it.
Excellent.
We did it with a gap of 4 between each set of furnaces, didn't we? So we could fit the other belts through.
Yeah. We can make it a little bit smaller, but it will end up being...
I think we can use the gap
Oh?
to put the beacons in.
Yeah, if there's enough room for the... Let me run up and have a look at what you're looking at.
Well, beacons are 4.
It would depend if you
Doing
can
it like
find a
this,
way to
yeah.
do it with... while still powering the smelters, then yeah. That'd be glorious. I mean,
You'll have to
it's
move
not going to be a
about 'cause
heavily
of-
beacon setup.
There's going to be 1 beacon per 4 furnaces. There's a lot of like leeway about where exactly I need to put the beacon as well.
Yeah.
That should be all right.
I mean, a Rumba... the thing with beacon smelters is you probably need a reasonable amount of beacons to make it worth the investment. You're not just gonna
Yeah, you
wanna
do
look
multiple,
for-
don't you? So,
Yeah, well, like...
Well, you need 2 entities. Think about it. Take like a speed beacon, right? The beacon hits 2 entities at 50% efficiency, then it's the same thing as putting a single module in any one entity. So you get your payback right there. The only drawback is the energy cost, which I'm trying to solve. I think as soon as we can get the oil thing solved, I might start doing some more like accumulator-based setups, just because this one's it works really well for a long time, but now it seems like it's becoming more of a an upkeep hassle. So I've got to
Yeah.
check the ratios and do all that. What's
Oh my
nice about
God.
the accumulator one is that it's just a big block you place down.
I'm sure I had a
forget about
car
it.
up here at one point. It appears to have scarpered. Well, poop.
I found a car at the end of the bus. Had nothing in the grid.
To be perfectly honest, I'm probably confusing this game with my solo game where I've got like cars everywhere. I haven't actually used tanks at all. It's like, I don't need it. I basically built a vehicle because it was easier to get to a vehicle that could have a decent roboport setup than it was to get a power armor that could.
Yeah.
So I just stopped at that. It's like, okay, I've got my car. I just basically want this to help me build. That is its sole purpose in life.
With what? The roboports? That was your plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to 0.15 because I want to see how the Factorio devs handle this early game robot thing, because they want it to be earlier in the game too.
Because right now you need so much of an investment to make it worthwhile.
By the time you can get personal roboport, you've already had regular roboports for a long time. It happens backwards.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, Alec.
Oop. I shall spin up and have a look.
Oh,
Oh, too late. Oh, you've popped it in the
I just put it in for him, yeah.
Yeah, have a look.
I think I've got a build that fits 2 beacons per
Beacon smelter.
4 smelters, and there's still room for the power.
Just loading this onto a thing. Thanks, mate. Right. I can just
I'm amazed.
study the ghost images.
These damn robots take
I can
so
just dump that
much
down for you if
power.
you want.
No, I can see it. It's fine.
Alright.
Alright.
That's
Jeez.
full blue belt in, full blue belt out.
Studio came over to the thing I just built. I just looked silently and left.
I was
Because
looking at
it
the
is
circuit
specific.
conditions to work out how it works.
All right.
The stack inserter that's loading into the furnaces is hooked up to the chest, and it is basically waiting for exactly the amount that it wants to be in there
Yeah.
before it'll load anything.
Yeah.
And the other one is told to load until exactly that amount is in the chest, or it's holding it. Because the thing, I think that a lot of people don't realize that an inserter will finish doing its job before it'll work on anything else. Before it'll go into standby mode once its condition is met. So if, for example, there's 4 iron plates in a chest, and it goes to grab another one, and its condition is 5 iron plates, once it picks it up, it will put that iron plate in the chest before it stops working. Once it's in the chest, then it'll shut down and wait for the condition for there to be less than 5 before it starts working again. So you can get it to set that up. But I reckon that's probably why some people assume that they won't work the way that they do, because a reasonable amount of people that I talk to don't seem to really bother too much with conditions on inserters.
Well, that's a fairly recent addition. Just being able to do.
Yeah, true.
To be able to directly hook up an inserter to the circuit grid was added a little while back. Before that, you had the logistics network, but yeah, I like this stuff like read hand contents and all that stuff is really cool.
Yeah. You can do very, very funky things.
Right, I'm pretty happy with this.
Excellent.
It's in the beacons and the power.
Righty-ho.
I need better damn fusion reactors. I need more Iron Man things. I can't even power 4 roboports. 4 personal roboports.
Man,
With
you
the
suck
actual
at life.
Iron Man ones.
But have you only got one fusion reactor?
I've got 2, and they just like my robots can't keep up with what I want to do. It's driving me nuts.
Womp,
One of these
womp.
stations is backwards.
Is it?
Yep, there you go.
Oh, sorry, dude.
You don't have to apologize. It's not like I told you to build this.
I was just... yeah, true, I suppose. But I am surprised. I thought I'd managed to get that all set up properly.
Okay, so with our current power setup, current grid, 660 steam engines, and they each produce 510 kilowatts, and it's designed. So we can handle, our factory is a 336 megawatt factory right now. That's what we can safely run.
Okay.
If we go over that, then, and we're at like 360 right now. So either we need to set up the power conditions, like the, I don't know how you call them, but the restrictions so that like the certain areas of beacon smelting will shut off, or we just need to keep on expanding power because we're already over the 350 or whatever I just said it was, 336.
We should probably just keep on expanding power, because there's probably no particular bits of the factory that we don't want running.
Well, that's not really the point. It's not that you don't want it running, it's that if stuff's backed up, then there's no point having... There's no point smelting iron if you're not using iron, if the belts are completely stopped.
Yeah, the issue is that when you have like steel furnaces or even electric furnaces with efficiency modules in them, you can just let them sit and they'll idle and it's no big deal. But when you start doing beacon smelting, a goddamn beacon with 2 speed engines and it's 500 megawatts or 500 kilowatts. So there's like, let me just check real quick. In this smelting setup, we've got 125 beacons. So that's 66 megawatts of idle power. Always.
Well, depending on how it's set up, the omni smeltery might just do that automatically, because if there's enough of each different kind of product, it'll just stop feeding itself depending on what the
That's how it gets wired.
option is.
It has a buffer before it well, basically it'll have an unloading station for all of the 4 products that it produces. Once it reaches once those buffers get most of the way full, give or take like 5 to 10% depending on how big the buffer is, then it stops trying to smelt that product. It won't allow itself to get completely backstuffed and jammed.
Yes, that'll work.
Actually, this is a little bit excessive. We don't need that much backup there. There we go.
Where's all the new smelting? I've just come over to the old smelting area and it's empty. I don't actually know where the new stuff is.
Yeah, it's just missing.
Oh, it's probably the stuff
Worry.
requesting 1 million modules, thinking about it.
Yeah, we still lack a lot of modules, and they are an incredibly expensive investment, but they are well worth it in the long run.
Oh, the power.
It may take a day or two to actually average out, because the water in the storage tanks is probably not hot because it's been getting cold during the day,
Right.
or rather at night. Now there are enough solar. I went a little bit over on solar. There's actually 6,000 solar panels now. We only needed like 5,500, but I think we're still consistently drawing more than 336 megawatts.
Unfortunately, it's that time.
Really? Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
So it is. I'm getting used
Who
to
has
it now.
broken time? I swear someone has broken time. This is not normal. Time's not meant to flow this quickly.
Unless it does.
No.
Um,
Time never flows
s-
this quickly. It's a lie. All a lie. No, wait, that's completely superfluous.
Okay, well, who brought us in anyway? I forget.
It was me.
There was Mangled Poke.
I'm just going to put some alien artifacts in the science so we have science again.
Hooray!
There we go. And with that, we shall say goodbye. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you next time.
Take care,
See you
everyone.
soon.